A former teacher is sentenced for approaching a teen for sex. And Eastern Kentucky artist took home awards in last night's Grammys. I'm Jerry Scott, and this is the Mountaintop Daily. A former Magoffin County middle school teacher has been sentenced on a federal child enticement charge. 32-year-old Jordan Cobb of Salyersville pleaded guilty to a charge of online enticement back in October. In exchange for his plea, prosecutors agreed to drop a cyberstalking charge. He admitted to engaging in a conversation with a 14-year-old former student in April and May of 2023. During that conversation, Cobb sent the child a series of sexually explicit messages, which included offers to provide the child with marijuana and a plan to meet for sex. In Ashland Federal Court on Friday, Cobb was sentenced to 11 years in prison. He was taken into custody by the U.S. Marshals Service immediately after his sentencing. The best of the best were recognized in last night's Grammy Awards, including a pair of country music artists with Eastern Kentucky roots. Tyler Childers picked up his first Grammy for Best Country Song, while Chris Stapleton his 12th award with a Grammy for Best Country Solo Performance. Robin went to the US 23 Country Music Highway Museum for some hometown reaction.
Paintsville native Tyler Childers has won his first Grammy for his song Bitin' List. Paintsville Tourism Commissioner Kay Hall tells us what it was like to have him as a music student.
He came to Paintsville his sophomore year when I was teaching choir, and I remember them bringing him in, telling me that I had a new choir person who wanted to take chorus, and I had a little doubt because that's what happens, when new people come in. They come to chorus, and so I had him sing. Had a sweet tenor voice. He was a little shy and stuff, but he sang with us, and the rest is history.
Hall said it didn't take long for Childers to gain a following at school.
I think once the kids figured out that he could sing, Tyler would bring his guitar to school all the time. At that time, we had open lunch, so it was not uncommon for kids to be, if it was nice outside, for them to be out front in the grass, Tyler picking, and the kids just listening.
Despite this following, Hall doesn't think Childers had aspirations of being famous.
That was in the back of his mind. He was probably thinking, what if, or maybe one day, but he just loved to play. He liked the camaraderie of the kids there, and they enjoyed it, and I think as long as he had that audience and he was having fun and they were having fun, that's all that mattered.
Multi-Grammy winner Chris Stapleton also hails from this area.
Chris went to the county school, Johnson Central. Now, he did come over when he was in school and played with some of the kids that I had. They had a little rock band. He's another one, that just loved to play music.
Hall said Stapleton was a songwriter for several years before becoming a performer.
He's written for a lot of country music people, a lot of them who have had #1 hits off of his lyrics. And I think they found someone's probably finally said, Chris, you can sing and write.
When asked what it is about this area that produces so many country music stars, Hall cited their Christian upbringing.
A lot of our country music people, the first thing they will, talk about if they're asked, how did you get started? And it's church. Nobody, when you sing in church, you aren't looked upon as, good, bad, or indifferent. It's just somebody up there singing and doing what they love. And I really think that the upbringing of the majority of our country musicians, as far as Eastern Kentucky goes, starts at the church.
The US 23 Country Highway Museum is open 6 days a week and features memorabilia from several artists, as well as musical performances and other events. Find out more on their website or Facebook page. Reporting for Mountaintop News, I'm Robin Tillman.
Coming up after the break, Artist Collaborative Theater is getting ready to stage an American classic. We'll tell you about it when the Mountaintop Daily continues. But first, sports and weather.
How's it going, sports fans? Cody the Professor Davis here with your Mountaintop Sports Recap, and let's just jump into it. First up, Best in the Mountains voting is live, and there's a ton of options when it comes to area sports that you can vote on. Be sure to go to bestinthemountains.com and place your vote. Voting runs through the end of the month. Next up, Kentucky had a big win over Arkansas this weekend, and if you saw our graphic, you know that Pope now has a better record than Cal since going to their respective schools. Go to the post on our page and let us know what your thoughts about his performance so far are. Finally, in West Virginia sports news, the Marshall University tennis team earned a 6-1 win over the Bowling Green Falcons at the 78-27 Tennis Center on Sunday in Barbersville. We want to send them a huge congratulations. That's going to do it for today, sports fans. With your Mountaintop Sports Recap, I'm Cody the Professor Davis, and as always, thanks for watching.
When the government took Social Security away from honest Eastern Kentuckians, Attorney Ned Pillersdorf got the hearings declared unconstitutional. When the women guards were harassed at Little Sandy Jail, Ned fought back, securing a $1 million verdict at trial. And when the state tried to shut down Cordia School, Ned fought back and kept the school open. Attorney Ned Pillersdorf fights for the underdog, and he's ready to fight for you.
February, it's all about connection, and let's be honest, some connections just aren't it. And at Appalachian Wireless, real connection, well, it actually matters. Plus, right now, there are plenty of ways to save with great promotions and programs that help you get more for less. So why settle? Stop by an Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us at AppalachianWireless.com today and see what a real connection feels like. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
In a few weeks, Artist Collaborative Theater will be bringing Little Women to the stage at Pikeville High School. Nick brings us a preview.
Artists Collaborative Theater will be showing their production of Little Women in late February and early March. The show will take place at Pikeville High School, and the cast and crew have been rehearsing regularly for the past 2 weeks. Director Emily Cheney gives us more details.
Artists Collaborative Theater is putting on Louisa May Alcott's classic Little Women, adapted by Kate Hamill. That's going to be at Pikeville High School starting on February 20th and running for 3 weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's been going really great so far. We're about 2 weeks into the process and about 3 more weeks until we open. The cast is fantastic. They get along really great together. The girls are meshing really well. It has a really family vibe to it, which is what you would want when you have girls that are portraying these very classic sisters in this classic story.
The mid-19th century classic contains themes and messages that are still relevant today. Cheney is looking forward to reactions and feedback from audiences.
The book came out in the 1860s, and there's been several movie adaptations that people might be familiar with from the 90s and the 2019 version. And every adaptation focuses on a different aspect of the story, but there's always the heart of family and sisterhood and retelling women's stories and how important it is to talk about female perspective and the lives that these women had and what their experiences are. And so in this Kate Hamill version, I think audiences will be really happy with the messages and the storytelling. I think they'll still see their familiar characters that they know and love, and they'll be able to connect it with real life things that are going on today.
Reporting for Mountaintop News, I'm Nick Collum.
That will do it for this edition of the Mountaintop Daily. Be sure to check us out at 6 p.m. every weekday on Mountaintop TV, the Mountaintop TV app, and the Mountaintop News Facebook page. With your Mountaintop Daily, I'm Jerry Scott for Mountaintop News.